So welcome back. So here now we'll be making use of some basic functions in Excel to calculate or solve this data now. So the first thing we are going to do is number one, the sum function, and that sum function means additional. So you can all see we have names from Blessing, John, Michael, Mercy, Joy, Excellent, Peace, like that. And we also have fruit, that is orange, mango, cashew, and apple. So take for example, I want to know the sum of orange for all the names in this table. So what I'm going to do for me is that, and I always tell you, for every function it must start with equal sign. So you press your equal sign on your tab, like your normal typing stuff. So to get to equal sign, you press sum, automatically it will bring it. So this down one, just ordinary sum, so you press it. So to bring it will bring parentheses, the open, the bracket and close bracket. So within it you will press, this orange now falls to E2. It starts from E2. Let me show you what I mean. It starts from E2. E2. Sorry, let me delete this. Okay. E2. What do I mean by E2? This is it. Your row and your column and your row. So it falls to E2. And the last one you are going to see is what? E10. Do you see now? So that is what you will press, because in your cell phone you can highlight it, but in the situation whereby you are working with large data, it will be kind of stressful. So all you need is to know the first cell and the last cell of any work you are doing. So now what I need to do is to press E2, double column, E10, E10, E10. So after that, you can press, in some phone it has equal sign. I will just have to go back and it will give me the answer. Yes, so that is 45. That means that the total oranges here now, from John blessing to success, is what? 45 oranges in total. So I can actually use this to calculate the total mango, cashew, and apple. What do I need to do? I just have to copy this, copy, I just have to paste, I just have to paste. I will together now. So automatically to bring the answer for mango. I can still continue doing that. Paste, though there is a shortcut for it. Paste. So you can do for apple 2, paste, paste. So that is it. So in any of your data you want to analyze, this one can easily get to the total sum of any data as much as it can. So now let's use some if function. Some if function now. So what can you use some if function? Some if function means that you are conditioning one part of your data, that you want to sum a particular part excluding others. That is what it means. Now let me cancel this one. Some if function means that you are trying to calculate some part or just one. Some if you are summing just one. Some if you are summing just one part. Now what are you going to do now? Probably you want to sum the total oranges taken by blessing. You want to sum the total oranges taken by blessing. So every function starts with equal sign. So you press your equal sign. Sum if, sum if, sum if, yeah. So it will bring it. So you press sum if. Now you have your range, isn't it? So and that range means that the range you are selecting that particular condition, like the range that you want to choose what the sheet or the function will add up. So that is the cell, I mean the column D1, like D2 to D10. So your range is D2 column D10. So you put comma. So you can see that immediately you put comma, it gives a criteria. So the criteria now, we want to sum up the total oranges taken by what? Blessing. Are we together now? Okay, so you will type, you will put apostrophe, if I should be right. You put blessing. That is what we want to add up. You close it, comma, and your sum range. That is those number that you are summing up together. So you have your E2 double column E10. So it's already closed the bracket. But if peradventure there's no bracket before or on, because every of your function must be into a bracket, so you have to close it. So you press the equal sign. So it should bring it. Now it's giving me 12. It's giving me 12. And instead of in or instead of the function to add up 12 plus we have you have blessing here and blessing here. So this is one of the disadvantage actually. Your spreadsheet does not recognize same words. Your spreadsheet does not recognize same word, so that's one of the disadvantage. But that's some if you are using Excel on PC, it will surely calculate for blessing here and blessing here, and to give you a total of 15. So for those that will be using a PC, but for those that doesn't have a PC, you can just use this one as a practice, and probably when you get a PC you'll be able to understand it very very better. But that's just the function of some if. You have to calculate only for the criteria you are choosing, and that is blessing. Are we together now? So which one are we going for again? Average. For every function, always start with equal sign. Average. Yeah, this is it. Okay, so you want to know the average oranges. You want to just know the average number of orange there. So you can just start from your E2, your column, double column, E10. So that is 5.625. So the average orange is what? 5.625, or probably approximately 5.6. Are we together now? So we have average A. I'm sure we are together. This is what I'm trying. This is where I am now. Average A. Okay, so we have average A. And what does that mean? Average A means that you are trying to calculate the average of the cell that has number. Take for example, you have a large data set and probably you don't know if there is a missing cell or missing blanks there. So the best thing you can do is to use average A. If you use your average, normal average, it will give you, if there is no missing cell, your answer will be the same with average, normal average function. Are we together? So now let's use average A. Average A means that when you are calculating the average of cell that has number, so automatically it will exclude those cell with no number. Are we together now? Let's use it. Probably we'll get the same answer. So equal sign, average A. Now we are calculating for orange. That is E2 column E10. Good. Can we see now? It gave us the same answer with normal average. Why? Because it only calculates those cells with number. We can see here that there is a blank space here. You can see that there is a blank space here. Can we see? So what we are trying to do is that is your cell E7. Cell E7. I'm sure we can see it. Cell E7 is blank. Cell E7 is blank. So average A, we exclude that blank cell and calculate those that are having number. Good. I'm sure we are following. Now let's calculate for the next function, and that is count. Yes, that is number 5. Now count means you want to count the number. Now you are not adding them up. You want to count the number of your data. You want to just count them, probably like, is it up to 5, is it up to 10, 15? You want to know the total number, not that you are adding them up. You just want to know the total number. So count. Now let's count the numbers of cashew do we have, like the number, a number now. So cashew falls to G2 column G10. So just want to know the number. Wow. So it's saying that we have 9. Is that right? Let's try to count it. Let's count under. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow, it's 9. So we have 9 of them in number. Are we together now? So from 1, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 9. Are we together? So if you want to count, you have a large data set and you want to count it. And we will making use of this function when we are analyzing any of our questionnaire. Probably you are a research student that deal with questionnaire. So this is the function that you'll be using so much, and we'll still get there because I will teach you how to use it. So with your smartphone, you can analyze your data easily, unless there is any analytical tools that your phone cannot analyze, and I will tell you how you are going to go about it. So the next one here now is what do we have here? We have count if. Yes, count if also mean you are anything you see if, it means that you are conditioning that function to count just a particular criteria. Are you with me now? Count if. Don't forget, always start with equal sign. Count if. This is it. You can see we have count if and we have count ifs. So this count ifs, okay, we'll still get there. Let's do count if now. Count if. Count if means that I want to know only the number of let me choose apple. The number of 1 I have in apple. The number of 1 I have in apple. So your first thing is select your range. So my range is from H2 to H10. Are we together now? H2, you have your column, to H10. H10, comma, criteria 1. Are we together now? and let's see what it brings to us. That is 4. So this thing is telling us that the number of 1 we have under apple is 4. And let's count if it is real. You have 1 here, that is 1. This another 1, 2. This another 1, 3. And this another 1, 4. Are we following? So this count if precisely, that is what I normally use to do the frequency and percentage in some of the questionnaires that I will be analyzing, or the questionnaires I'm doing for projects and all that. So you can also make use of this to analyze your questionnaire without spending a dime, especially education students and agric students, or any aspect that you always administer questionnaire, and it involve your respondent filling up. You can use this function to analyze your data without any stress, and you get your results, and no need of paying huge amount of money to anybody, even me. So I'm just showing all this secret. Okay, so now let's go to the next function. The next function we have here is count blank. Count blank. Count blank. Count blank. Now count blank means that count what's it called, count A means that you are counting. Oh, I've not done count A, have I? Okay, I didn't put count A function. Count A function also means that you are counting the numbers of the cell that have a number, excluding the empty cell. Yes. Now count blank means that is only counting the blank cell. Take for example, now you are doubting your data set and you think that is there any blank cell in this data. So for you to confirm that, you press your equal sign, count blank, count blank, count blank, count blank. Yeah, you can see count blank here, you press it. So let's do count blank for cashew and apple. So for cashew now, let's check if there is any count blank, if there's any blank cell in cashew. So under cashew now, we have our G2, G2, we have our column, and we have our G10, G10. So what does it bring to us? 0. And what does that mean? Under cashew, there is no blank cell. Under cashew, there is no what? Blank cell. Now, let's copy this. There's no need of us repeating any function to apple, and let's paste. Now, see now, under apple, this function is telling us that there is a blank cell under apple. That means let's check if it is really true. Now, this one is blank, this one is blank, and that is what? 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Are we seeing that? So this one tells us that under apple we have 2 blank cell, and those 2 blank cell are, let me check the person that has 2 blanks. So probably the person doesn't like apple. That is Michael. Michael choose not to pick any apple, and excellent. So I don't know if it's excellent and Michael here. So you don't like apple. So now let's move to the next function, product. We all know what product is. That is your multiplication sign. Now let's try to multiply let's multiply orange. Now let's multiply orange. So I'm sure you are following. Please, if you don't understand, just have to go over again. That is why it's in video recording, so that you can all understand. And please, the next one that we'll be doing now, all these things will not be available like this for us, but for the sake of people, that's why I'm doing this for us. So now let's use product function, equal sign, product. Yeah, so we want to multiply the numbers of orange. So don't forget your E2 column, E10. Yeah. So let's do what it's sorry. Where did they run to now? What do we have? Now we have 34,560. That is a product of 10 multiplied by 12 by 1, by 12 by 1, by blank, by 2, by 3 by 4. So that is the total. That is the total of apple. So we can do the same. You can copy, calculate for mango, calculate for cashew, and calculate for apple. Now what do we have? A square root. Yes, square root, square root, square. We all know what square root means now. If you want to square root any number, now let's do square root for 85. 85, like we want to do square root for 85 under cashew. I'm sure we are following. Under cashew, this is our cashew. This is the total sum of cashew. I'm sure we can see now. So we want to just have a square root of that. Okay, what do you need to press? Let me just do it somewhere here. I'm sure we are following. Let me just do it somewhere around this place. Equal sign first, and you have your equal sign, and press SQR. So immediately you press SQ, it will bring square root. You press number. We want to do for 85. And you press your equal sign or backward. So the square root of 85 now is 9.219 blah 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 blah. So 9.23, if I should be right. So that is the square root of 85. That's just a function. So all these things are done in Excel and can be done in your spreadsheet on your phone. So you don't have any excuse to be stressing yourself, or probably unless you are not serious. That's just the truth. So you can just use your phone to analyze your data if you are dealing with some descriptive analysis like frequency, mean, percentage. Yeah, especially in education, that is what they use most. And if you want to calculate for inferential statistics to like t-test, I will also show you. So no need of stressing yourself about you don't know what to do or anything. So this tutorial is meant for you. So now let's go to count ifs. Like I've said the other time, count ifs, and what was it called, some ifs rather. So this count if and sum if now, it is not really effective in spreadsheets because I said earlier that spreadsheet in your smartphone does not recognize the same words. Like you have blessing and blessing here now. That doesn't mean that if you are trying to use it, it will calculate for this for both blessing. But in your Excel, yeah, it will calculate for both blessing. But let's